Welcome back to Attleboro Update. The holiday season is right around the corner, and in these difficult economic times, the need for local charities is at its highest. One of the charities that has been putting smiles on families' faces for decades is the Council for Children's Christmas is for Kids. AACS sat down with the council's president, Kelly Fox, to talk about the program's new seasonal home and the work that goes into keeping the charity running.
We had sent out quite a few emails and made phone calls to organizations, realtors, business owners, the school department, the mayor, city council people, everyone we could think of, to let them know, to remind them that we were looking for space again. The mayor and the school department were very gracious in offering this particular space, which is going to have its challenges, both inside and outside, but of our choices, we really felt that this was going to work really, really well for us. It'll be warm and dry and well lit, and near the center of the city, which we think is really important for donors and for the recipients to be able to get to what will be our drop-off center. This year, I'm estimating it'll probably be 1,000 children that we'll take care of in 5 towns. Up until this year, we've helped children in 4 towns: Attleboro, North Attleboro, Seekonk, and Rehoboth, and this year we're adding Norton. Norton's always taking care of their own children, but this year we're kind of melding them under our wing, and we're very happy to be able to do that. We're very grateful that the Attleboro Housing Department has given us this space, and it's only about 200 square feet, I'm guessing, and then trying to figure out every year how are we going to manage just the logistics of getting donations in, getting toys and clothing set up, how we're going to set up all of the lines of 1,000 bags, if you can imagine needing space for 1,000 trash bags, one for each of the children. So if we could have a space that we could work out of 12 months of the year that would allow us to accommodate everything that we do, I think that we could be much more effective. A year ago, we probably saw 40 or 50 parents at any given class. We're double that number easily at this point. So yes, I'm assuming that we are going to see a fairly sizable step up in the number of people who are going to request help. The other indication that I have is just an early indicator. The applications became available on Tuesday night of last week, which would have been the 20th of October. And so here we are less than a week later, and I already have quite a stack of applications that have come in. Last year, my husband and I came in here. My husband's also on the board. We came into the office, and it was December 23rd, and there was an application under the door, and we had finished 4 or 5 days before. We had given everything out. And I opened up the application and I thought, oh, now what do we do? You know, I just felt so bad. There were 3 children, and I read it. It was in the evening, and I kind of slept on it. And at 9 o'clock on Christmas Eve, I was on the phone with the parents and said, if you can meet me at the children's place, we'll do the shopping together. So on Christmas Eve of last year, we were taking care of the last 3 children.
A number of volunteers are needed for the work that has to be done, but there is no griping about the hours because of how important the cause is.
It is so amazing because the parents are overwhelmed. The donors are so amazing. They give gifts to these children that otherwise would really have nothing, and the parents are so touched and humbled. It's not at all uncommon to see moms and dads just cry when they look at what someone has given their children. There are things that the kids ask for, and donors are more than happy to get it, because most of the time the kids aren't asking for anything outrageous. Last year there was one little girl whose mom was very, very ill, and it was a single parent household, and all this little girl wanted was a live Christmas tree. And they went out, they bought the Christmas tree and all kinds of things to trim the tree with, and they went during the day while the little girl was at school, so that when she got home, she came home to this live Christmas tree. It was amazing. So for the mom to call me, she was just crying so hard she could barely speak. But the donors were so thrilled to be able to do this. like I said, a lot of the things are not they're not expensive, but they're important, because that little girl could go to school too and tell all of her friends that she had a Christmas tree just like they did. It's always important for children to know that they weren't forgotten. And there are more and more children that I think are going to be in that situation this year. And so for donors to keep in mind that, again, it's not necessarily anything big and expensive. It's something for these children that's the most important thing. That, you do what you can. But I think that it's just really, it's important for the children to know that they haven't been forgotten.
The list for items needed this year will be posted in the Sun Chronicle the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Drop-off will be in the back of the old Brennan building, and the pickup area will be in the resource room. This is not just a seasonal program, however, as the Council runs year-round classes on credit and budgeting, counseling for families, wellness, and many others to assist families in need. For more information about Christmases for Kids, to volunteer, to donate, or for assistance, go to their website, councilforchildren.org, or call the hotline at 508-226-0911.